And we're back. I'm the Dadadpanther, and we are going to have a conversation about the Xbox 360. Is it overheating? Are they catching on fire? What's going on? Really? Kalika loud. Now, when I said really, I was really saying like really with a question mark. Let's get into it. It's next gen. We're here. We did it. 2020 has done a lot. Sometimes you can have a conversation about it, and a lot of people say it's done more harm than good. There will be people doing book reports. There will be books made on 2020. There'll be movies made about 2020. And you'll be sitting there saying, well, I know where I was at in 2020 when the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series came out. And then they're gonna say, Grandpa, just tell us about it. Do they overheat? Gather around, children. Gather around the hologram. Let's talk about it. Now, the Xbox Series S, I picked up, okay? I have a video in the history. You can look for it. It talks about increasing your chance of finding the next gen systems, using apps like My Store and things of that nature, Twitter or whatnot. Check that video out if you're still trying to get a next gen system. I'm still trying to get the PlayStation 5 using my own method. So it's almost like a luck and a crapshoot, but you can increase your chances. So go ahead and check that out. And also I have a video that talks about why I picked the Xbox Series S over the X. But anywho, let's keep it going. So I've got the Xbox Series S. I've been able to mess with it for about 3 or 4 days, okay? And when I say mess with it, it's the only thing I'm focused on. It's a brand new channel. We've only been out since October, and we're trying to, deliver and produce a really good show for you guys. And so I took a little time off to just show this system some TLC, though I should be reorganizing all the wiring that's on my system and my desk area, but that's another, whatever. I'm a little worried. Because there've been a few videos about the Xbox overheating. Now, you've seen some videos where people are using some high-tech doohickey. Yes, I said doohickey. And they're saying, hey, listen, it's running normal, and this is where the heat goes, and this is all fine, and okay, cool. And then you saw some videos of people where there was smoke billowing. And, I saw a video where it was smoke billowing out of the top of the Xbox Series X, actually. And I saw in the background, like, wires everywhere, like the extension cord couldn't hold any more plugs. And I was like, that should be the issue we're talking about. And no, I'm not going to post any videos of systems catching on fire, overheating, or anything, because I don't know if it's real or not. And I'm not here to bash any brand. Like I said, I own the system. I want to, enjoy this system. I'm not here to talk anything negative. I am not paid by any sponsor. There's no fanboy here. I like them both. They can both coexist. We're winners. If you're a gamer, we're winning, guys. Whether you're a mobile gamer, Switch, PC, we're winning. If you're retro and you're emulating we're winning. So it's a safe spot here, guys. You can be yourself. 3 likes, 3 comments. Let me keep going. So I saw the video. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Then shortly after that video, there was another one where a gentleman had the system on. He boots it up, I believe, and when he does, you can see just smoke billowing out of the top. And I'm not gonna lie, he has like a vape pen. And I guess they found out that wasn't real, or the conversation is, how real was that situation? Videos of people blowing their vape pen inside the system while it's on standby mode. It does something where it takes in the smoke, but it holds it until you turn it on or something like that, which gives you the time to go ahead and create this effect, to the point that Microsoft actually had to put out a tweet saying, guys, we didn't think we would have to do this, but if you could please not, blow your vape into the system. And that's loosely, that's not word for word, but that's what they did to, catch the humor in it. So the whoever's running the social media for them, they get it. And so that's cool. But it brings me to a question I have to ask you. Are you having an issue with your Xbox Series X? Are you having an issue with the S? Do you even have it? Maybe you don't. So maybe you're watching this video to be like, hey, look, I have an opportunity to get this system. I'm going to be grinding and looking for it. Like I'm waiting for some RNG to drop. Okay. If that is the case, You're trying to do this as homework because this is really important. Now, I've done it in videos before, and maybe you've been a part of the, the new consoles that come out. There's always that first batch. There's always that first batch that comes off, and we're like the guinea pigs that are hyped. And then eventually what's going to happen is these systems are going to slim down. The fans are going to get better. The cost is going to drop. We know what it is, but we still sign up for it to be at the front. My system is overheating. Now, I don't know if it's overheating in a bad way, because the word overheating sounds bad. But let me give you my background. I'm a new PC gamer. I mean, like when I say new, I've been gaming for PC since the original World of Warcraft. I've been playing like games where I had a floppy disk to put it in, like I'm old school. But casual, I've always been where it's been casual on the PC. To the point that when I'm playing games like now, when I'm playing like Hades on PC, my system's not warming up for Hades, but let me try to come up with something else. Like if I'm playing like Hyperscape, or I'm playing The Division 2 or Fortnite, the system will heat up. And that's probably because I have virtually every setting on Ultra, but the system heats up. So then my Ryzen processing chip, where they run hot already, from what I'm hearing, it'll go from a nice, I guess, 55C to maybe like 7580. And I'm freaking out about that because there's a glass case on the side. I'm like, I've got 4 fans in it. I'm about to add some more fans in a week, but I'm like, man, this is overheating. And anybody who games PC long term, they're like, no, man, as long as you don't go to 95, you're good. And the system has checks and balances, and you're running a 2070 super whatever graphics cards. You're fine, man. You're fine. But I still freak out about it because I'm like, man, this feels like it's hot, right? It's hot. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Xbox Series X. And when I get the Xbox Series X, I'm going to be good because it's like a PC Lite, but without me worrying about the overheating. Just same thing as console gaming. That's what it is. It's a smaller package. Yes, you can be stronger and upgrade on your PC, but you get some of the top of the line technology and a package in which you don't have to worry about the overheating. Though you had issues with the Xbox One, making the fan sound, or you might have had the PlayStation 4, even the Pro, where once you rendered up some crazy graphics, like it literally sounded like it was going to take off like a jet. I never had any issues like that, but my friends have. So when I brought the Xbox Series S home, I didn't expect any of that. Okay. And I've only been playing in segments of no more than 3 hours. No more than 3 hours in the last 3 days. So 3 hours each day, 9. I'm not going over 12 hours. Okay. Majority of the time when I'm playing Star Wars Fallen Jedi, I'm not doing anything crazy.
Meaning, most of us have done some type of console gaming or PC gaming where we understand you can't take your PC tower and put it in the corner because of the heat and the dust. You can't do that with your next gen or your current gen systems. You can't, if you've ever been to a hotel, you can't just take your PlayStation 4 Pro or your Xbox One and put it in those little, cubbies they have underneath the televisions that seem to not want you to get to their HDMI ports, even though they know somebody's bringing a gaming system on their really, really bad Wi-Fi. If you've listened to my videos in the past, you know I have an issue with hotels and video games. But with that being said, we know enough to not put our systems in certain elements. I mean, I live in a state that's normally hot and humid, so I know that my numbers are going to be elevated from the jump. If you have a PC, your AC comes in the factor when you're, trying to cool your PC. So I'm not testing my system under stress. I've seen videos where people have them in cardboard boxes, or they have them, next to a refrigerator. They have games or something around the boxes to try to, this is not what I'm doing. I bought the system, want to play the game, want to enjoy it. That's it. Now, as doing this video, I've looked up, Microsoft does not have anything that says what constitutes as overheating or not. But man, if you put your hand near that little speaker box as if you're going to make an order, like a number 2 no pickles, no onions, actually no mustard, no ketchup. I just want it plain with some cheese. And also, can I get maybe some fries? Pull up the next window. You can feel the heat coming out. It's impressive of their fan or their ventilation system, because the power of the heat that comes out of this little box. And if I just disregard the heat, just the air that comes out of this little box is impressive, because you're like, man, they obviously have a fan system that is just powerful. But regardless, I tested it myself. Okay, maybe I'm just paranoid, maybe I'm doing this wrong, but when I tested it myself with a thermometer that I normally use when I'm cooking on the grill, and I turned it on and I placed it, and the room is at 80. Okay, so again, I don't know how precise this thermometer is. It's normally letting me know if my chicken is going to kill me or not, but the room is at 80 Fahrenheit. And then again, this was after an hour and 30 minutes of playing Gears of War 5, right? Gears of War 5. It is at 100 degrees. At one point, it went over 100 degrees, maybe 102. Okay, that's what it was at. So that's not me like slowly climbing as I play the game. That's okay. It's 80. Let's play for an hour and 30 minutes. What does the thermometer say? Oh, okay. Now, if I left it on long enough, it went, really the average I want to say is probably closer to 99. If I sat there long enough, then it would creep and you would see it bounce to like, 100, 101, 102, and then go back down to 99, and then it's at 96. Is that normal? Maybe it's a lot of hot air, and so my brain is just putting out as, hey, look, the room is 80, but this thing blowing on your hand, it's pretty warm. And to be as warm as a human being, but it just, for some reason, to your brain, it just seems warm. So I don't know. I just figure I put this out here. Maybe you're dealing with the same issues. I'm going to keep playing it the same way, because I like to think if something goes wrong, Microsoft's got my back. They got all of our back, right? But yeah, I don't know. There's no smoke, so I haven't seen anything like that. And I feel like the few videos I have seen, like I said previously, I believe they're fake. I believe there might have been a PlayStation 5 that went down. But again, if there's any issues with the system, the companies will handle it, especially if it's on social media. And yeah, this is a part of next gen gaming, us being the first wave where we're gonna get stuff like this. So I'm gonna keep playing. I'll have a video out of my first look of the Xbox Series S, but as of right now, just concerned because it's hot. The block is hot. I don't know why either. Until next time, click allow.